Hello friends. Today we are going to discuss about medical records in telemedicine. Basically we are discussing about medical records documentation, storage and retrieval. I am Dr. Suresh Bhadatmat, Professor of Psychiatry, Head of Telemedicine Center, Head of Forensic Psychiatry Unit at NIMHANS, Bangalore. Before I start my presentation, I would like to have a disclaimer. This presentation is for academic purpose only and also for training, not for legal opinion. If you want to have a legal opinion, please do contact an advocate. Conflict of interest? None. I also request you kindly to go through the original document of telemedicine practice guideline and also visit NMC website for update on this guideline or else any amendment for this guideline. Please do remember this telemedicine practice guideline was released on 25th March 2020 by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare and Board of Governors in association with Niti Aayog. Although this telemedicine practice guideline is a part of Appendix 5 of the Indian Medical Council Professional Conduct, Etiquette and Ethics Regulation 2002, it is also a legally valid document under NMC 2019 Act. Let's understand what are the laws applicable for telemedicine medical records. First and the foremost, the same Indian Medical Council or National Medical Commission Act 2019, Professional Conduct, Etiquette, Ethics Regulation 2002, which is applicable for in-person consultation medical records, same thing is applicable for telemedicine consultation records. So there is no difference. At the same time, since it is a telemedicine consultation, the relevant provisions of the IT Act, data protection and privacy laws, if there are there, that is applicable. At the same time, the doctor also should use reasonable degree of care in protecting the patient's privacy and confidentiality with regard to medical records. And also, the laws, ethical standards, standard operating procedures, clinical practice guidelines, which are applicable during in-person consultation, medical documentation and records and storage, same thing is applicable even in telemedicine consultation for medical records. There is no difference. What records need to be kept or stored in telemedicine consultation? First and the foremost, as soon as we start the telemedicine consultation, demographic details, photo ID card for verification of the patient's ID, date, time, duration of the consult, age, gender, height, weight, even LMP if it is a female, in a age-bearing in childbearing age, address, contact details, mobile, email address should be documented. And all communications with the patients need to be documented in the form of phone logs, at what time the patient called, which phone number, duration of call should be documented, email records, SMS, social media platform messages needs to be taken as a screenshot and recorded either as a physical record or else a data record. Video interactional log also need to be kept. At the same time, past treatment records, investigation requests sent by the doctor to the patient, reports which transmitted by the patient, any other documents which been exchanged between the doctor and the patient needs to be recorded, images, maybe outcome of the MRI scanning, CT scanning, or else even the photos of the investigation reports, diagnostic data, maybe digital data, non-digital data needs to be stored. Please do remember, all these needs to be kept with the doctor either in the digital format or in the physical format. And also, doctor has a responsibility to keep the explicit consent if he has taken. And that explicit consent can be either in the physical pen and paper format or else audio format, video format, or a text email should be kept in the digital or physical format. Certificate if it is issued, health education material if the doctor is transmitting to the patient needs to be documented. So and so video was suggested by the doctor to the patient, or else any reading material if the doctor is sending to the patient as a PDF format or a document format needs to be documented and stored along with the medical record. At the same time, RMP has a duty to retain a copy of the prescription. At the end of the consultation, the doctor will generate the prescription. A digital copy will be sent to the patient. The another copy, maybe digital copy, can be stored, or a printout can be stored as a physical document, as a medical record. This is the prescription. This prescription contains almost a good amount of details with regard to demographic details, chief complaints, relevant details, examination findings, lab findings, suggested investigation, diagnosis, treatment details, and also signature. Another important thing is to retain the invoice or a receipt of the telemedicine consultation, and the transaction details need to be stored. It can be stored either with the medical records or a separate record as the administrative or else a financial records can be kept, and this can be sometimes very useful. Should doctor buy an EHR or EMR? EHR is nothing but a electronic health record. EMR is electronic medical records. Both are synonyms. See, the guidelines, especially telemedicine practice guideline, does not mandate to have EMR, EHR mandatorily. Telemedicine is used as a means of communication between the doctor and the patient. The doctor can use video consultation and do physical recording on a pen and paper. This is sufficient. However, the doctor is free to use EHR, EMR, whichever he finds it useful for him. But however, it is not mandatory. What about the confidentiality data or privacy of the data? If the EHR and EMR is stored in a cloud or in a physical drive, doctor will not be held responsible for a technological breach or any other person has done the breach, and doctor is able to show reasonable degree of confidence that he has not involved in such a breach. Further, the RMP should also ensure reasonable degree of care as undertaken during hiring of certain services, especially third-party applications for telemedicine, or else if the doctor has hired a cloud services of a certain company for storing the data, that needs to be documented and he will not be held responsible for the data breach because of the cloud services of a third party. Should doctor engage in video audio recording of the telemedicine consultation? Telemedicine practice guideline do not request the doctor to do audio or video recording. It is not mandated. But however, if the doctor wants to record audio or video, explicit consent is must. I will repeat, if the doctor wants to do audio or video recording of the consultation, explicit consent is must. And the consent should contain the manner of storage, duration of storage, purpose of this recording, who has the access, how it will be stored, what is the security features enabled, and how it will be destroyed, and if any third party is involved in storage, especially third party cloud storage, if it is involved, that should be mentioned in the explicit consent. Further, can doctor use this video or audio recording on social media for education purpose? Of course, doctor is free to use that, but explicit consent of the patient is very, very essential. Without the patient consent, don't use any patient's data for transmitting on social media or for any other purpose apart from consultation. If you want to use the audio or video of the patient, please do take a explicit consent, explain the pros and cons of this audio video becoming public, and insist for irrevocable informed consent. Basically, once the patient signs for the consent form, he should understand that once the audio or video is transmitted on a social media, that cannot be retrieved back. Even if you retrieve from your account, it would have been multiplied by transmitted from various others' account. So it is simply difficult to stop it. Hence, the patient should know the consequences of sending these media on social media. Hence, that irrevocable consent becomes very essential in such a scenario. Further, to conclude, documentation and storage of the medical record is similar to in-person consultation. Whatever it is applicable is in traditional consultation, even telemedicine consultation is same. EHR, EMR is not mandatory. It is left to the doctor. A physical pen and paper is more than enough under this telemedicine practice guideline. Thank you very much for giving your valuable time. Stay safe.